buy 180 Bitcoins. On the other hand, oh, well, okay, you might say, I'm obviously too stupid to handle Bitcoins on my own, so I'm going to leave it to some trustworthy centralized entity to do it for me. I'm going to leave it to, say, an entity named after a mountain, you know, maybe Mount Gox? Nope. So all of these issues, so these are all some of the problems that Bitcoin ecosystem is facing, both on a technical level and on just a real-world ease of use level. So ultimately, so the technologies I'm going to talk about here are basically about two things. One is about improving Bitcoin, about solving the technical issues around Bitcoin and making Bitcoin better and easy to use on the protocol level. And the second is this idea that Bitcoin is actually two things. Bitcoin is this decentralized currency and a global peer-to-peer instant payments all around the world. And it's also this blockchain, this architecture that allows you to agree on which events happen in which order. And the question is, what are some of the other applications that you can use that for? This is the earliest one, 2010, Namecoin. So the idea behind Namecoin is that it's a distributed DNS. So what a DNS is, basically, when your computer, you open up your web browser and you go to google.com, there's actually a server or a set of servers called DNS servers that hold a big, huge, basically, phone book of which domain names correspond to which IP addresses. So your computer queries the domain book, the DNS server. The DNS server says google.com corresponds to this IP address. Your computer queries that IP address and then finally fetches the google.com webpage. So that's a bunch of centralized servers. Maybe we can use blockchain technology to decentralize it. Namecoin pretty much does that. So there's a few problems. So the question is, why is Namecoin such an ideal candidate? Money seems to work well with blockchains. Namecoin, what are the similarities there? As it turns out, there's two. First of all, both Bitcoin and Namecoin involve digital assets. So in Bitcoin, the digital asset is the Bitcoin. Bitcoins are the ultimate fungible digital asset. Every Bitcoin is worth the same as every other Bitcoin, whether or not the Bitcoin was freshly mined, whether the Bitcoin was just received from a chain of 1,000 transactions, whether it came from Silk Road, whether a Bitcoin came from Mt. Gox, doesn't matter. Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. That's really how money is supposed to work. Like, there has been thousands of years of case law that basically say exactly that. Like, if you look at some of the laws around stolen property, a lot of them have some